Hey everyone, it's Nicole Thompson, also known as the Urban School Psychologist. And today I want to discuss one particular type of acute trauma. And what has come to me to discuss is fire, being involved in a fire, losing someone to a fire, just having fire being a part of your traumatic history. So, just in terms of being a part of a fire, I think I want to say maybe a month or so back, it was a video that went viral here in Philly where the guy was saying, he was catching babies out the window. They were throwing them out the window because it was a fire. And, it was a meme about him talking about our quarterback. I don't even know the name of the quarterback. I'm not even going to front. But it was funny because he added that humor onto it at the end, how he was catching the babies and our quarterback couldn't catch the football. But can you imagine the amount of trauma that is going to be on those kids, that is going to be on whoever was involved, the parents, the guardians, cousins, aunts, uncles, whoever was involved? That is a very traumatic experience because it's near death. You don't even know if you're going to make it out of that fire alive. So I can't even imagine the type of panic, the type of anxiety, the type of emotional turmoil that you're going through when you're in a fire. Many people never recover mentally from being in a fire. Fires can cause all types of mental illnesses like depression, anxiety, eating disorders. It can really mess with your head. And if you're not aware that a fire can be that traumatic, you'll never even seek therapy for it or seek to better yourself for it. If you're not ready to go to therapy, just face the fact that you have been through a very traumatic experience. By facing that fact, that'll open you up to being more receptive about everything. Because the thing is, now that you're receptive, you'll try just about any healthy thing to heal yourself. Because up until this point, people, and I'm just generally speaking, up until this point, you've been operating, the unhealed person has been operating from a point of numbing. And numbing causes drug addiction, it causes substance abuse, it causes overeating, which leads to obesity. So without you acknowledging that fire, you being in a fire is traumatic, you'll never be able to overcome that. So that's how traumatic being in a fire can be. Now imagine, let's just say you're not there when the house catches on fire, but God forbid your children are there and you lose your children in this fire. Can you imagine the amount of mental turmoil that you'll go through and that you'll continue to suffer through until you recognize that it's traumatic and get help for it? You'll continue to wonder why you can't get out of depression, why you can't get rid of that anxiety, why you can't stop crying all the time. It's because you have unhealed trauma in your body, and it starts to build up. It starts to build up in your physical health. Stress releases a hormone called cortisol. When too much cortisol is stored up, it starts to become poisonous. It starts giving you diseases. It starts giving you heart attack. It starts giving you diabetes. Any disease you could possibly think of, trauma can cause. It can cause stroke. It can cause COPD, which is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Literally, the list goes on and on. And especially if you think about all of those things in our Black community. Our Black community is suffering so much from so many unnecessary physical ailments, and we don't have to. But we're suffering because we refuse to acknowledge that many, if not all of our problems are caused by trauma.